Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another Wartales video. In this one, I'll be showing you and talking about the two builds for your Swordsman, right? But before we get started, I just want to remind that if we can get to 575 subscribers by Christmas, we'll be doing $25 gift card giveaway. If we get it by December 1st, we'll be doing a $50 gift card giveaway, right? It'll be your choice, up to you. It's PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Epic, whatever. Right? And I do stream on Kick, links down in the description. We'll also do giveaways there. And I do have a Discord, links down in the description as well. But let's get into the video. Swordsman is one of the 6 classes that you have in Wartales, and it's one of the 4 strength classes. Right? Now, let's get into a little bit more. I'll select my the attributes that you want to focus on are strength, constitution, and movement speed. Strength because that is your main source of damage. You know, since you are strength build, you want to go for strength. You know, allows you to do more damage, get rid of the enemies faster. Constitution, on the other hand, allows you to carry a little more, but that's not the main thing. It allows you to have more health. You know. It's especially good if you are going with medium armor, so you can stay alive a little longer and be in a fight. But if you're going with more of a heavy armor build, having a little bit more constitution will also help. But medium armor, you want to invest more. And for movement speed, you want to have more of it so you can reach enemies. Because if you can't, then you're not as good, because you're all about melee. Now let's talk about the two builds that we have today. One is a single target build, the one that I enjoy using on this character. Now let's talk about it. First things you want to take is either fighter or duelist. If you don't have duelist, then you take fighter. I enjoy fighter more because I do a decent amount of damage and allows me to reduce enemies' guard to 0. And if they have no guard, my head will always be a critical hit. Amazing to get rid of, and especially if they're super tanky and they don't have any guard. Duelist, on the other hand, is not bad. You do a little bit more damage, as you can see, but you're a lot less tanky because you're wearing medium armor compared to a fighter where you take heavy armor. But you can represent or post it. I'm sorry I butchered it. It pretty much makes you to where next time you attack, you are or attacked by an engaged opponent, you return an attack opportunity, pretty much counter them, right? For your level 3, you want to take Valor's Duel. Every time this unit engages in combat, you gain 1 valor point. Massive, so you can use your fighter or duelist skills, right? For your level 5, you can take counter attack, or if you have duelist instinct. The reason why I didn't take counter attack is because I have a Lazarian Heater Shield, which pretty much gives me a powerful counter. Gives me attack opportunity as retaliation. You know, I cannot have it triggered if I get attacked by attack opportunity. But it makes counter attack a lot less useful for me because I pretty much have that skill already. So with Duelist Instinct, which allows you to get more damage if you're engaged in combat. Get brutality, and that's 30% more damage, which allows you to get rid of that enemies. If you're level 8, you want to take hardcore training. Why? It's pretty much because you don't want to get hit with a status effect, you know, bleeding, poison, burning, because poison takes 5% health from you at the end of the turn. Bleeding takes 20, burning takes 15, you know. It's not good to have those elements, and instead of, if you were would get hit by them, instead you would gain 2 rage, and it stacks, and you get 2 rage once per effect per round. So if you get hit by all 3, you get 6 rage per round, and each rage gives you 5% more damage, and it's stackable, so you can get a lot more damage, which allows you to get rid of the enemies faster. Now for your level 10, you take intervention, where if someone is struggling or locked in a battle against an opponent my character wants to attack, will allow me to switch places with them and then deal attack opportunity dealing massive amount of damage. It's really good not only to save like a range class or archer, but also to attack somebody who is pretty much should be fighting a tanky class, you know. And for level 12, you would take class specialization, because then you can pick up either counterattack over here or duelist instinct, depending which you didn't take. Since I don't need counterattack, something that would be great for me is bulwark, because then I would be able to deflect an attack, the first attack that an enemy would deal back, you know, which would be pretty amazing. The reason why I would take that is again because I have a Lazarian Heater Shield, which gives me the powerful counterattack. Right? And another thing why Valor's Duel is extra important is it says every time that you engage in combat, you gain 1 Valor point. And we have Clank Sword, which I have a video on how to get. It pretty much attacks 30 times. It doesn't do as much damage, you know, because it attacks 30 times. So this, it does 31 to 61 versus Acadian Steel Cat's Bulger, which does 126, 157, right? Obviously, if the sword hits 3 times with max damage, it's better. But another thing is the third strike knocks back enemy back by 3 meters. Massive. So you can get a, if you can time it properly, this character goes after somebody who already went. They engage them, then they push that enemy back so somebody else engages them, and they can get the counter, and they can get Valor's Duel, Duelist Instinct, all that stuff, you know. That's why I enjoy this build. Clank Sword is not bad. If you don't have it, definitely a regular one-handed sword is also amazing. Or another amazing weapon would be, no, not for this build, but like something that allows you to hit more, right? But let's talk about a second build, which is your multi-target build. This one is not as tanky, so you don't want to use it as a front line. And this one starts out with Swordsman. You know, you deal damage to all units in the area 2 times, you know. But you can only use it after you perform 2 attacks. Right? For your second, or for your level 3 perk, second one, you would take Valorous Chain. No, because every time attack hits several enemies, you gain 1 Valor point, and you are all about 80 damage, attacking multiple damage, and boom, perfect. Now for the next one, you take counterattack, so somebody, if somebody does engage you, you can make them pay by attacking them back. Then we take Hardcore Training, again, not being attacked by elements is huge, get more damage. I'll explain why Hardcore Training is amazing. For the next one, you take Intervention again. And the reason why is if somebody is surrounded, if your pure tank is surrounded by enemies, you can swap places with them and just do massive damage to all enemies around, right? Since it will be an attack of opportunity. And for the last one, you would take Exort, where this unit and allies in the area gain 0 for 2 rounds, which will make your critical hit and critical damage go up by 30%. And if you do it right and you use Exo or have Exort, you know, or use it, and then pop into switch places with the enemy that is surrounded with intervention, you can just do massive damage, pretty much wipe out enemies in the area. Right? This build is pretty good, but you need to be able to get your main tank to be surrounded so you can have this build shine, which is why I prefer single target. Right? But these are the 2 builds, you know. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit how to build your character. Right? Some of the weapons that you can use, obviously just normal one-handed weapons. You know, your Archon Falcon for your single target, Gross Gladius, Rim Steel Straight Sword, and then Acadian Steel. Where's it at? Steel Cat's Bulger, you know. Or if you do 2-handed build for your AoE, you do the 2-handed version of those. Another one is a Prosperity, a special 2-handed sword that hits enemies around you in the frontal column, you know. So instead of circular area, it's in a cone. Or if you have the Cling Sword, go with it, because getting 3 hits on a target with a single target is pretty amazing. But be careful because you push them back. So that. For oils, my favorite one is Infectious Oil, because the attacks eat away at enemies' health, potentially killing them on their turn with enough stacks. Unfortunately, I don't have it on the sword, but I do have it on Acadian weapon. It's every time a skill deals damage, it has 50% chance to apply a status effect, inflicting damage equal to 50% of the attack. So with this sword, if it hits once and it actually triggers, there'll be a lot of damage. For Clinks, it's about the same, but a little bit different, because it's each attack, you know, or not each attack. It's still pretty much the same. It does a lot of damage. Another good one is Strength Oil. You know, allows you to do more damage because you get your boost of strength, and it's still useful later on, but it's primarily huge in early game. Shielding Oil, you know, which is, you know, helps you take less damage, especially if you're trying to get surrounded for somebody who is a tank, or for your AoE target build. Stable oil is always good, but personally would recommend Infectious and Strength for your damage, or Infectious and Shielding for your tanks. But that is all for this video, and I just want to remind that if we get to 575 subscribers by Christmas, we'll be doing $25 gift card giveaway. If we get it by by December 1st, we'll be doing a $50 gift card giveaway. But I hope you enjoyed. Hope you try one of those 2 builds out. Do let me know in the comments, and you all have a great time. Bye bye.